Hi, hi everyone. My name is Hi everyone. My name is Thandile Mayekiso. Welcome back to my channel, the Destination Show. And today we are studying First Nephi, chapter 3. We are studying First Nephi, chapter 3. Okay, and so it's gonna be an awesome chapter. It's a continuation from what we studied the other time, where we were focusing on chapter 2, which spoke about how Lehi was in a vision told to leave all that he had, his gold, his silver, his precious things, and go to the wilderness. And when they got to the wilderness, he made an altar, and then obviously he worshipped his Father in heaven. But now in today's chapter, obviously they also it talks in chapter 2, it talks about how Lehi, when he saw the river, he thought of Laman, that he would flow, and basically insinuating that how he wishes that um, Laman was righteous in such a way that um, he was like the sea flowing with righteousness, and his other son Lemuel, that he was strong and his foundation was firm in the gospel, right? So those were a father's wish for his sons. So today in chapter 3, let's learn about what continues to happen within this family. What are the dynamics? What is happening? What are they told to do? Are they eager to do it? Are they fighting? Let's find out. Okay. Obviously, I've already opened with a word of prayer, and now I'm ready to study. Okay. So, in chapter 3, the heading says Lehi's sons returned to Jerusalem to obtain the plates of brass. Laban refuses to give the plates up. Nephi exhorts and encourages his brethren Laban. Laban steals their property and attempts to slay them. Laman and Lamuel smite Nephi and Sem and are reproved by an angel. First verse. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, returned from speaking with the Lord to the tent of my father. And it came to pass that he spake unto me, saying, Behold, I have dreamed a dream, in the which the Lord hath commanded me that thou and thy brethren shall return to Jerusalem. For behold, Laban hath a record of the Jews, and also a genealogy of my forefathers, and they are engraven upon the plates of brass. Wherefore the Lord hath commanded me that thou and thy brothers should go unto the house of Laban and seek the records and bring them down hither into the wilderness. And now, behold, thy brothers murmur, saying, It is a hard thing which I have required of them. But behold, I have not required it of them, but it is a commandment of the Lord. Very important to distinguish. It's not Lehi requiring all these things from them. It's actually Heavenly Father who's telling them to leave their precious things. And Lehi is just obeying those commandments. Okay? Okay, it continues. Therefore, my son, and thou shalt be favored of the Lord, because thou hast not murmured. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, said unto my father, I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded. For I know that the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he has commanded them. One of the most quoted verses of scriptures in our church is this verse right here, that I, Nephi, will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded. For I know that the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commanded them. And it's also very true, as quoted as it is. The reason why people quote it, because it is true. Heavenly Father doesn't command us to do something and doesn't prepare how we are to accomplish that thing. Okay? So that's very important to distinguish and know. So that's very important for us to understand this principle that whenever God commands, let's not question. Let us do, because He's already prepared a way. There's a reason why He tells you, thou shalt not kill. Yours is to obey and follow, and then see the blessings that come from doing such, from following such commandments. Okay? And it continues, and it came to pass that when my father had heard these words, he was exceedingly glad, for he knew that I had been blessed of the Lord. And I, Nephi, and my brethren took out our journey in the wilderness with our tents to go up to the land of Jerusalem. And it came to pass that when we had, and it came to pass that when we had gone up to the land of Jerusalem, I and my brethren did consult one with another, and cast lots who of us should go in unto the house of Laban. And it came to pass that the Lord fell upon Laman, and Laman went in unto the house of Laban, and he talked with him, and he set him in his house. And he desired of Laban and the records which were engraven upon the plates of brass, which contained the genealogy of my father. And behold, it came to pass that Laban was angry, and thrust him out from his presence, and he would not that he should have the records. Wherefore he said unto him, Behold, thou art a robber, and I will slay thee. But Laman fled out of his presence, and told the things which Laban had done unto us. And we began to be exceedingly sorrowful, and my brethren were about to return unto my father in the wilderness. But behold, I said unto them, As the Lord liveth, and as we live, we will not go down unto our father in the wilderness until we have accomplished the things which the Lord hath commanded us. You can imagine, Nephi is the last born. His two older brothers are telling him, hey, we need to go back. This guy is not, is refusing to give us the plates. So, our father's mission is done. We could not accomplish it. Bye. And he's like, nope, you ain't going nowhere. Our father said we need to come back with these things, and we need to go back with these things. So that's how much faith Nephi had, that as young as he was able to tell his brother, and you ain't going nowhere, brother. In 16 it says, Wherefore let us be faithful in keeping the commandments of the Lord. Therefore let us go down to the land of our fathers' inheritance, for behold, he left gold and silver, and all manner of riches. And all this he hath done because of the commandment of the Lord. So now he's coming up with a plan. Like, he's trying to think, okay, what can we exchange, right? Because at first Laman was like, yo, my father wants these plates, can you give them to me? Without any exchange. So Nephi's idea is like, you know what, guys, let's exchange. We left our precious things here, so let's get those things and exchange, and maybe that will be value for value, right? And you can also now try to remember, he's trying to fulfill what the commandment that was given to them. So he's trying to come up with ideas on how to do that. And that's very important to notice, my friends, that when you have been commanded of the Lord and you don't know why this thing is commanded of you, but it needs to be done, then the Lord has given you a brain to then come up with ideas on how to accomplish this work. He tells you, keep the commandments. But keeping the commandments is not as straightforward as just keeping the commandments. Like, okay, I need to deny myself of all ungodliness, and that will help me keep the commandments. You know what I mean? So it's the same process that you need to have in keeping the commandments of the Lord, coming up with ways to actually do that keeping of the commandments. Like, for instance, I will never drink. So that's a commandment that I'm willing to keep. But what am I doing to keep that commandment? I'm going to tell myself today, whenever the time comes, someone says, hey, drink, I'll say no. You make that decision right now, not in front of the request. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that you need to do right now to prepare yourself for a future time whereby you will be put to the test. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue to read. For he knew that Jerusalem must be destroyed because of the wickedness of the people. For behold, they have rejected the words of the prophets. Wherefore, if my father should dwell in the land, after he had been commanded to flee out of the land, behold, he would also perish. Wherefore it must needs be that he flee out of the land. And behold, it is wisdom in God that we should obtain these records, that we may preserve unto our children the language of our fathers, and also that we may preserve unto them the words which have been spoken by the mouth of the holy prophets, which have been delivered unto them by the Spirit and power of God, since the world began, even down unto this present time. So this is now the reason why they need these records, because all their history is contained in it. So as they live, they are living part of their history. Do you see where this is going? It's very important, my friends, to understand who you are and where you go in life. And part of understanding that, it is by always doing family history. Your family history will be the one to tell you of who you are as a son or daughter of our Father in heaven. So I'm going to highlight this just so that I'm able to reflect on it again and again whenever I study these things. So very important in this part. Please always remember, you need your family history. You need to keep your family history. Very important. 21. And it came to pass that after this man of language did I persuade my brethren that they might be faithful in the keeping the commandments of God. And it came to pass that we went down to the land of our inheritance, and we did gather together our gold and our silver and our precious things. And after we had gathered these things together, we went up again unto the house of Laban. And it came to pass that we went into Laban and desired him that he would give up unto us the records which were engraven upon the plates of brass, for which we would give unto him our gold and our silver and all our precious things. So it's that exchange now that is happening. Let me highlight this. So it's that exchange now that is happening, right? And let's see if they actually become successful, but I need to do this in a very lighter one. Alright, and it came to pass that when Laban saw our property, and that it was exceedingly great, he did lust after it, in so much that he thrust us out, and sent his servants to slay us, that he might obtain our property. Right? So, guys, lust will be the death of many of us if we are not careful. If we are not careful of how we move and how we go about doing the Lord's work, so let us be careful, guys. Let us be careful, because really, lust is a dangerous thing, and the Heavenly Father is also warned that if you even lust after, if you even lust after someone's property, you have committed a sin already in your heart, So that's very important to point out that we need to be careful of lust and how dangerous it is to our minds and our hearts. Okay. let me just do this thing right here. Thank you. And it came to pass that we did flee before the servants of Laban, and we were obliged to leave behind our property, and it fell into the hands of Laban. So Laban took all of them. And it came to pass that we fled into the wilderness, and the servants of Laban did not overtake us, and we hid ourselves into the cavity of a rock. And it came to pass that Laman was angry with me, and also with my father, and also was Lemuel, for he hearkened unto the words of Laman. Wherefore Laman and Lemuel did speak many hard words unto us, their younger brothers, and they did smite us even with a rod. And it came to pass that as they smote us with a rod, behold, an angel of the Lord came and stood before them. And he spake unto them, saying, Why do ye smite your younger brother with a rod? Know ye not that the Lord hath chosen him to be a ruler over you? This because of your iniquity. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. So the angel is now basically chastising them. Behold, ye shall go up to Jerusalem again, and the Lord will deliver Laban into your hands. And after the angel had spoken unto us, he departed. And after the angel had departed, Laman and Lemuel, guys, this is very important. Right here, this is the danger of not really paying attention to what's happening in our surroundings. An angel of the Lord had commanded them. In fact, let me continue. Let me read this verse. And after the angel had departed, Laman and Lemuel again began to murmur, saying, How is it possible that the Lord will deliver Laban into our hands? Behold, he is a mighty man, and he can command 50, yea, even he can slay 50. Then why not us? And they had just been, an angel had just spoken to them. Oh my goodness. An angel has just spoken that the Lord will deliver Laban into your hands. Go back to Jerusalem. And they're like, how? Because that man is a mighty man. He has armies. How is he going to deliver a mighty man to just 4 dudes? So that's how hardened their hearts were, to a point where they could not even see, even when the Heavenly Father was trying to show them. So be careful, my friends, on who you share your ideas with. Obviously, I'm changing the concept now because I just want to, I have this in my mind. But be careful of the things you talk to. Be careful of the type of people you talk to about your dreams, your ideas, because some people will question them, even when you know you felt good about such an idea that you have. Some people will question, how is it possible that you are going to be, on TV or on radio or an engineer? How is it possible? And you felt good about you prayed about this thing, you felt good about it, or you want to go on a mission, you know you need to go on mission, you felt good about going on a mission, but now someone is coming and saying, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time, brother. Let's go study at varsity. So there's going to come a time where people are going to challenge your faith. And it's very important now for you to stand up for what's true and do the right thing. What is the right thing? That is totally up to you and your Heavenly Father. But for me, I would urge all of you to make the right choice so that you don't fall into temptation. Okay? That is my message, and that has been our study of 1 Nephi chapter 3. Very interesting chapter. Very, very interesting chapter. I can't wait to see what chapter 4 talks about and how we can engage with it. So let's check each other out on that next chapter. You You can also go ahead and study it forward for me, and then when we meet together, you can ask me all the questions you have, and I'll do my level best to answer those questions. Thank you very much, my friends. This has been the Destination Show with me, Thandile Mayekiso, and I'll see you on the next one. Good night and peace out.